Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the 2025 BRTO draw. And of course, my name is Kelvin Bruce Willis Scott. Alongside me is John Wick Chandler. A very exciting time for road tennis fans here in Barbados and across the world as we anticipate who will be the winner of the 2025 Road Tennis Open. We had 3 years of Mark Venom Griffith. Will he win for the 4th time? That's the big talk on the tongue of the road tennis fans. John Wick, what's your prediction?
I'm not in the predicting mood today. Good afternoon to all the viewers. I truly hope that you, how I am, very excited that we are able to again have yet another year of some very exciting tennis. I will put the predictions aside, but I can assure you for what I've been seeing around road tennis since 2024, we continue to see the sport and the players in particular going to different levels. They've been seeing improvements along the way, and I strongly believe that those who did not get certain distances last year, looking good this year to pull some surprises with us on us. Well, as you would appreciate, the start of the tournament is on Saturday, August the 16th at the famous Dighton Park Roach Road Tennis Facility in Bushall. And of course, it's eliminating, or rather finishing on September the 20th this year. And to get there, we're going to have a draw that's going to be coming up shortly as we pull these names, and of course, based on the brackets, who will meet at the finals in the gymnasium. That's the big question. Some young players, John, emerging throughout the year and playing some really, really good tennis under the auspices of the president of the Barbados Road Tennis Association, Mr. Frederick Blunt. Do you think any of these youngsters may very well give this man that now tipping 40 some trouble, Mark Venom Griffith? I will say at this point, yes, but it's still work to be done. Mark Griffith is a very experienced and a quality player. But not taking away from the juniors, we continue to see these juniors getting stronger every year. And when we talk about juniors, we're talking about players like Raheem Nurse, Azari Clark. We need to keep in mind the senior boys like Mosai Williams. We are seeing some really good quality tennis also coming from Tyrese Holder. So there are a number of players out there who have been participating in the junior event and the senior boys that this year I think we need to watch those youngsters very closely. But not taking away from those who already have made their mark. We have to be mindful of a person like Dario Hines. Dario has been doing very well in the last couple of years. He's been consistent. He made it all the way to the finals, and I'm sure that the kind of person he is, he was certainly looking to do something extra in 2025. We can't take away players like Lil Man Daniel. Antoine Lil Man Daniel, once he's fit, he would always be a thorn in someone's side. We have quality players like Curtis Jones. He comes to mind as well. He did really well in 2024, and I'm sure that he'll be looking to do big things in 2025. And a person that we really need to keep an eye on in 2025, Imar Edwards. That's a very important name to keep in mind in this competition in 2025. Well, of course, one of my favorite players carries my last name, Adrian Scott, and to me, that was one of the most exciting matches for the 2024 Barbados Road Tennis Open. That particular match that played at Dover, and some very interesting and exciting matches played throughout the year in some of the local call-outs, etc. And I'm sure that some of these players are eager and willing to play Mark Venom Griffith this year, knowing that he is one of the favorites. But you never know. Based on this draw, John, this can go anyway. Yes, it can. But before we move off from the draw, as it relates to the men, we need to be mindful of the ladies as well in this competition. Over the last couple of years, we saw a special four continue to be at the top. And I believe it's going to take a big effort to move those four. We're talking about players like Kim, who is looking for the double in 2025, Having who won the very first in 2022. We have Charlene, who won in 2023. And I'm quite sure the kind of player Charlene is and the quality player she is, she'll be looking to do special things in 2025. Not to be left out, Rachel Smith, who has been showing some really good form. Rachel performed really well in the Queen of the South. I'm quite sure that this year she will be coming to 2025 having that extra confidence. And let's see if Rachel can deliver. And of course, we cannot leave out a very consistent player like Madeline Blunt, who continues to be knocking on the door. Let's see if she can get through in 2025. Yes, John. And of course, we're playing several places across Barbados. Let me ask you this, though. Do you think that it's a major
difference in terms of playing on the hard courts than transitioning to the Wilde Gymnasium in terms of that final game?
It may be, but I would not want to say at this point that it should really create too much, because persons are allowed to practice prior to going to the finals, and any good competitor will try to put in the best effort to be as prepared as they possibly can.
Yes, and now we are over to the draw that we've been waiting for.
Some 79.
And remember, guys, we have 79 males and 23 females this year, all vying for that famous $20,000 in the pot. Some popular names being scrolled up, various ages, John.
Yes, and I picked up an interesting development, and it's good to see. I recall in 2024, the #1 player in Mark Griffith, he was sponsored by Scotty Car Rentals, which I thought was a good, interesting move in 2024. Good to see corporate Barbados getting involved. And in 2025, we have the very young, talented Azari Clark. He's actually sponsored by Carlton in Air 1. So I would truly hope that we'll see more of corporate Barbados coming on board and giving the players the endorsements and support that they definitely need, preparing and joining the event.
Yes, and of course we have to say a special good evening to the diaspora in places like Canada and New York pushing the sport, and of course the Minister of Sport, Mr. Charles Griffith, has pledged to push this sport as far as possible, and we're seeing a lot of that throughout Canada and other places. So good things for road tennis. And now we're about to start this draw. And of course, we're started with Anthony Haynes and Chetty Ford, a man that has entered almost every competition. Mark Venom Griffith, last year's winner. He will have a bye. John?
Yes, some interesting matchups. Shamon Weeks, he's been playing a really good game, plays good tennis for the last 2 or so years. Let's see if he can maintain a certain level, but he has a good opponent in Terry Smith. These matchups look rather interesting so far to start. This is Sean Spencer. He is a seeded player, I think number 16 seed, coming up against Ezekiel Ward. It's good to see young Ward, the lefty, is back practicing and getting involved in. So we have two lefties matching up, Kelvin, in the first round.
Yes, this is going to be interesting. Of course, we have, well, Adrian Scott, he got a bye. Antonio Lilman Daniel, he has a bye as well. We have Seth Bess, who's been playing really, really well from the Belfield camp. And Winston Griffith, the veteran, he's in the mix as well. We have Kurt Allen and Randy Headley. And as we can hear the audience going on with some of these interesting draws. Dwayne Lynch, he gets a bye as well. Abby Clark and Tyrese Holder. Well, that's interesting. 2 men from the same camp. That should be an interesting matchup as well. And that's it for the male draws. We have as well Kenoja Belgrave and Tavia Norville. That should be an interesting matchup. And what do you think about Jason Pipey Paris? Back out, he'll be playing Christopher Rene from the sauna camp. 2 individuals with lots of banter, so that should be a nice, interesting matchup in terms of excitement. Your take, John?
Well, I must say I like the draw in terms of the level of competition we're going to see. It's 2 best in 3 to start the competition. And what I saw not long ago, the players, we're going to get some really good 2 best in 3 events.
Yes, and of course now we're going to move on to the 23 females. As we mentioned before, we are graced with the presence of Sheldon Waldron and, of course, last year's winner, Kim Holder. They're here with us. So, as we anticipate which of these ladies here out of the 23 will be the two finalists on the 20th of September at the Wilde Gymnasium. And some familiar names, as we can see, Estefine Holder, for example, Margot Lord, and of course we have the younger ones playing as well, like Crystal Yearwood, Jessica Holder Vaughan, and some new ones, Andorra Dojon, Sharon Small, she's pretty familiar around road tennis, Kanisha George, Denise Collymore, she's pretty familiar around road tennis as well, and Juliette Worrell, she's back playing some very strong tennis. I saw her playing recently. Kiana Holder, well, she was back last year, the daughter of Kim Holder, and I'm sure that she's putting in some serious practice as well. Any names that you want to mention of interest, John?
I think you can touch on them. We can't leave out Nelly Kezia Blunt, of course not. The young lady is one for the future. She continues each year to show a little more strength, and let's see what she brings in 2025. And I was actually looking for Stewart's name. I'm not seeing young Stewart. Renika Stewart, is she?
No, she didn't enter this year. So
well, we're not having young Stewart this time around, but those are two very talented young ladies that will take road tennis future ahead once she stays with the game. But the quality what we are seeing here will be competitive nonetheless. I really do believe that we have some very good players in this draw.
yes.
Okay, so the matchup in the preliminary round, Denise Collymore and Jessica Holder, that I wouldn't want to predict that one. I could go relatively close, given their history. Juliette Worrell and Howell. Juliette been putting in a lot of work. If I have to put on the spot, I think I would give Juliette the edge in that one to go forward. Kiana Holder and Dujon, it looks like from here. I would give Holder the edge. It's good to see young Holder's back out. She was really like a breath of fresh air to see her last year playing at Belfield. I'll be watching to see what she brings in 2025. Samantha Rogers, Yearwood, that would be a close call as well in my opinion. But Rogers is a hard worker. Let's see if that hard work will pay off for her in 2025. Margot Lord and George, I think the experience might get the benefit there on that particular matchup. Then we have Shireen Ward and Rashida Holder. If I'm seeing that correctly, but
Yes,
Shireen has been working really hard, and I would give Shireen the edge in that particular matchup. And then we have Asabi Downington and her opponent. I would give Asabi the edge in that one as well.
Yes, now the round of 16 is quite interesting. Young Kezia Blunt playing Estefine Holder. They've played before, and this should be a very interesting matchup. Youth versus experience.
We want to see again. I'm quite sure that Estefine Holder, good afternoon to you, Estefine. You got your wish. Let's see how it will go in 2025.
But some interesting boys as well. Rachel Smith, Gillan Edwards, Sheldon Waldron, who's here with us. Jaleesa Holder Vaughan, Maudlin Blunt, Maria Kamabach. I don't want to say that's an easier gateway, but at least it will give them enough time to put in some practice. And of course, they're playing from different camps, as we can see here. We have some from the Tennis Town. We have some from the BCC over there with Frankie. We also have one or two from the sauna. So different camps coming out, playing their trade in this round here with the 23 females. And John, I am really interested to see Kiana Holder, to see if from last year when she came out, if she has regained the skill that she had before. Very talented player, and obviously she was away for a while. She came back last year, and I'm sure that this year now, as the expression goes, she would have knocked off that rust and is ready to play some serious tennis. She should be a very interesting contender this year for the finals.
And I'll be personally watching Gaylan Edwards. I think Gaylan did some good work. She continues to put in her work, and let's see if 25 treats Gaylan better than it did in 24.
Yes, and just finally, I know many individuals were messaging me and calling me last year with their predictions. This year we have something called Fantasy Road Tennis, where you can actually go and make your predictions. Several prizes will be given away. I'm already one of the members on this Fantasy Road Tennis. You can go on fantasyroadtennis.com and make your predictions as to who's going to win the matches coming up. They will have a cutoff date, obviously, and you can win many prizes as it relates to the draw, what you saw earlier, and who may win. So fantasyroadtennis.com.
I'd just like to add to the fantasy for persons who want a bit more information as it relates to how would you be the winner. If you select the right person on the day, you get 3 points. If you select how they will win, whether it's 2 straight or 2-1, you get an additional 3 points. So it is something to keep thinking about and to challenge you. And let's see if you can pick the right ones at the right time.
Yes. So thank you for your participation in terms of your viewership, and those of you here in the audience. As we just saw the 2025 Barbados Road Tennis Open draw.